So I've got my good friend Jason Gore on the podcast today, and he is, the jack of all trades. Played the tour, went and worked for the USGA, now works for the PGA Tour. But tell us where you are today, because this is kind of interesting too. Because this subject today is about the 2005 U.S. Open, which I think a lot of people are going to be interested in. They won't know this story. It's kind of a tin cup type story, but where are you today? Because I know you just turned 50.
I am in Madison, Wisconsin, making my Champions Tour debut at the American Family Insurance Championship. I got a sponsor exemption late Monday and kind of had to make a last-minute audible. I was supposed to be at Memorial. I was at Memorial and then got a call from Nate Pockris, who's the tournament director here, and he's like, we got a spot back. Do you want to play? And I'm like, he just attended all the Grayson Murray memorials and just I was in a place where I'm like, when do you need to know? And he goes, in 9 minutes. And I'm going, okay, I need give me 3. I'll get you an answer. I called my wife real quick and I'm like, what do you think I should do? She goes, are you ready? And I'm like, no. She goes,
no, not
then
ready.
You should go. But
what's the definition of ready? Honestly, give me where are you on your game? You're kind of like anyone that works, and now you're getting called into a pro tournament. Although you are a pro and you're a great player and you've won a bunch of tournaments, but where are you in your game? What can we expect now that everybody's going to watch this? What are we going to see from you this week?
I don't know, but I'm really, really, really trying hard right now to change this like this self-deprecating attitude I've got, but I don't want to be like, I want to try to, like, today we got one more practice session today, and I want to like find the good, right? Like I went through my round yesterday and I felt like I just played like absolute garbage, and it was really close to being 6 or 7 under par, right? Like, I mean, like out here, I now that I'm a rookie again, I'm somewhat long. This golf course is set up to where I can carry bunkers and can reach almost every par 5. There's one that's 600 yards, which I'm super disappointed that the Champions Tour is a 600-yard par 5. But I always thought we were moving up a tee box, right? But I had 7-iron into a par 5 and I missed it and missed in a bunker, didn't get up and down. But like if you go back and look at it, like, hey, in a tournament, I'm probably going to be okay. Like, it's like you're playing with a pro-am and they're 4 great guys. But it can keep going. It can linger. Right. So today I'm going to try to find the good stuff and not just be like yeah, man, I hope I'm low golf administrator this week. Just I'm the only golf administrator here this week, but I'm going to try to go out.
You'll be fine. I told you yesterday that after the second hole, all the nerves will be out, and it's like playing in a pro-am with your buddies. These guys are all 50 plus, some are 60 plus, so you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Do you know your pairing yet? Did you get Rocco or someone?
No, I got Boo Weekly and Mario Tiziani, and Boo is great, and Mario is he's a great player. He's Strick's brother-in-law, Steve Stricker's brother-in-law, and doing very well in the Champion Tour. But I've got Jay Green on my bag this week, who caddied for Grayson. So
Grayson Murray, there was a tragic story that happened to him at Colonial. It was it really hit me hard. I was up in New Mexico, and when I heard the news, I was on the golf course, and I got a text from a couple of tour players, and they told me about Grayson Murray, and I kind of followed that story, and I really remember when he won in Hawaii, and I took this quote that he wrote. And I gave it to my wife, and I sent it around, which the quote was, the greatest gift that I could ever give to my parents was that they could go to bed at night and know that when they woke up the next day, I'd still be here. And I just, that quote, I still have it right here. And, I've had some of this in my family over the years, some of this type of, depression, addiction stuff, and been through some of this, but it really hit me hard, man. That guy just proves to you that no matter how good your life is and how good everything seems to be going, there's other things that are controlling you more.
Yeah, it's a sad situation. Like you just said, after Hawaii, Grayson he was a complex guy, let's just say, and but he was well liked, he was well respected, and everybody knew how good his golf game was. And as professional golfers, we put so much emphasis on, well, if you're playing well, then you're a good person, right? Or if you're playing well, then you have a louder voice. And we're out there practicing and be like, what, life would be just great if I can make one more 10-footer, and but I mean, this guy had won 3 times in the last calendar year, twice on the Corn Ferry Tour and once on the PGA Tour, and was playing great. And I mean, it just goes to show you that like there's more to life than golf, and you never know what somebody's going through. And I think Harry Higgs, during his acceptance speech when he won the same week in Knoxville on the Corn Ferry Tour, was, hey man, we just need to be kind to each other. Say something kind to somebody you love, and say something kind to somebody you don't even know. And the world needs a lot of that right now.
I walked 9 holes the other day with Pat Perez, who's in town, who you and I are close friends with, who lost his brother earlier last year. And I walked with Anthony Kim, who's back on the Live Tour now. I went and walked 9 holes with those guys. And Anthony Kim, he's had similar things happen to him. And, he'd be the first to tell you that's all self-imposed. Well, I guess everything's self-imposed. But it's nice to see him now with his little daughter. And now he's focusing on himself and trying to get better. And his attitude was amazing the other day. I got to Terry, who my producer is on this very call. We were in Hollywood doing a commercial for Buick about, I don't know, was when Anthony Kim was about 10 years old, and he was hitting balls. It was 10 o'clock at night, and there was this little 10-year-old kid hitting balls next to us that was incredible looking swing and all that. And he and I went over there, and I gave Anthony a few little tips. I didn't know it was Anthony Kim, and about 10 years later or 15 years later on tour, I got paired with him. He said, hey, do you remember me? It was in San Antonio. I said, no. He goes, I was the kid you gave a lesson to in Hollywood, 15 years ago. Just got out of Oklahoma, and we're playing the last round. He shot about 64 that day. And as you know, AK was one of the sort of, his run wasn't that long, but it was like lightning when he played the tour. He would take off and it would just like a bolt of lightning. And I'm telling you, his game is coming back pretty quick. Don't be surprised to see him play some good golf coming up.